Hi, so today we're going to be looking at sowing some sweet pea seeds. Sweet peas are my favourite because they have a lovely perfume. There's a couple of ways you can do these. You can sow them now, which is in November time, October and November, and keep them inside. That gives them a head start in the spring. Or you can sow them in January, February in the greenhouse, again with a little bit of heat to get them going, and then they're ready to plant out. They're a hardy annual. So this one is called a bouquet mix. So I bought this one because it's got the perfume and it's ideal one for cut flowers. Now just have a look at the seed before we start. It's in a little sealed packet. And if you look at the seeds, that one doesn't have any seeds in. Let's try the other one. And have a look at these. They're like tiny little ball bearings. Can you see them? Now, to help them on the way, you could, if you want to give them a flying start, you can put them in a jar of water overnight and then they'll start to sprout. You can just see the light bit there, that will turn into a shoot. Or another way to do it is with a penknife. Just scratch the outside casing. You have to be very careful not to break it, or it won't germinate. But you can do it like that. Just scratch the outside shell, which is hard, or with a piece of sandpaper. You can rub it. And that breaks the outside shell and makes the germinating a bit easier. Now, the thing to remember about sweet peas is that they have a very long root system. So putting them in a seed tray, like we would with most seedlings, doesn't really work because they also don't like being moved about. So for today, what we're going to do, I'm going to sow some of them in these. These are called, they used to be called whale hide pots. They're not whale hide, obviously. They're made of tarred paper. You just see that they're hollow. They have a hole down the middle. But they're long, so you get plenty of room for the roots. Another way of doing it, and we'll do some with these, is our old favourite toilet roll holders. So to begin with, we need to put them in a tray so that we can stand them up. A little bit of multi-purpose compost in each one. More just to top them up. You could go on and fill the whole basket, but we're not going to do that. Toilet roll holders. The disadvantage with these is that when they get wet, if they get too wet, they can crumble before the plant has had a chance to grow. So you just have to be a little bit careful about watering. Another way to do it would be to put cling film around the inside, or a layer of newspaper around the inside of the crate. That gives it some extra protection. So there we are. That's 8 of them there. Now we're going to put 2 seeds in each pot, and when they germinate, whichever is the strongest we'll keep, and the other one we'll chuck. Just put them in. They need to be at least twice their own depth. 1, 2, 2, push them in. 1, 2. Try and keep them a little bit apart. You don't want them running into each other, so they've got a little bit of room to grow. And that's it. Job's done. Now we can either cover that with a little bit more compost, or we can put some vermiculite. Just use compost for this. I just need to water them in and wait until the spring.